So this is the hobonichi cousin. This is how it looks with what I've done. Flip through. I don't have the pages marked anymore, but here's July. I did it currently right here. The weeks. Pretty busy. I did the weekly reflections there. Threw in stickers at the end, kind of to just add a little something. So July was kind of busy. Oops. July was kind of busy, and then it got a little bit into August. And then when we look at the dailies, so I did this as the cover page, and then I tried to do today's enchantments, kind of like marking the moon. I named the days, did some pictures, did some pretty borders, tried to make it look like illuminated text, and did pretty good. I mean, I kept up with things, did like this is a dream, and then I had some ideals, tips, quotes, and then talking about the days, and then I did a little bit here on the day, didn't do anything here, and then I did a little bit of dreams and then some more ideals. And then I didn't do anything this day, and I kind of did a little bit starting into August, but what I decided is I'm done with this. It's done. So my oldest daughter actually said she wanted to keep it because of some of the things that I wrote in here, like a meal with hatchling is one of her favorites and things. So what I'm going to do is actually find a bunch of quotes for the rest of the year, quotes, different sayings, and then do that in the weeklies too. I have it all set, but I'm thinking I'm just going to write a bunch of quotes in there and stuff, because this is something she said she's going to keep after I'm done. So the rest of the planners will probably be burned, but this one will be kept. So I'm going to put in things I think that would be wonderful for her to read later on. So that's what this is going to end up being. And I went back to this. So I used this cover. This is an old cover. Said 24-25. I just used a sticker to cover that over. And then I did my legacy compass, which is my goals. So I broke my goals down into my artist section, my inner grove, which is like all of my things for myself. The scholarly's keep is things I want to learn. Vitality well is house. Hearthstone works is the house and like fixing it up. The inner temple is like just myself, of like cleanse my space, create a journal. Then the artist, we have the Herald's Call, which is marketing, Forge of Deeds, which is projects, Treasury of Crowns, which is budgeting and that type of thing, and then Artist Sanctum, that's creating. Then we have Ink Forge. The Royal Press is our ink scroll press, and it is all the publishing and things like that I want to do for being an author. The Lord Weaver's Quill, this is me writing and the things I want to get done for that. Then underneath this we also have the Scarier's Lens, which is this channel. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do another channel of artistic videos or if I'm going to just do it on here on a different day, not sure yet. And then Clockwork Keep is my day job, and these are things I want to get done for that. So I'm going to look at my progress. I completed in July when I completed it, and then kind of think of some ideals that I want to do for like updates in the house for next year or other projects. So just to kind of keep myself progress. Then I have 2 yearly planners. This is everyday yearly planner, events, appointments, all of that stuff is in this one here. And then this one here is my YouTube planner. So these are the videos I'm hoping to film within the rest of the year, have planned out. So hopefully that works. And then I did a habit tracker. So I just have good, better, best. I left that there, but I printed out a habit tracker to put here. And then this is the Timekeeper's Codex. This is the master calendar. So these are all the epic quests I want to do for this month. I have it set. And then we go into the weeklies. So this is how it started to kind of look. I'm trying to embrace the blank space. I actually might do a tiny reflection about the day. Not sure yet, but that will be back planning on that part. But overall, I feel like this is working really well. And then what I did is I put September, October, November, and December in here. I had to date change on these ones because they were all from 2024. So I have all of those in there. And then when you come to the Artisans Bastions, the art business, I did a single page calendar to I'm going to add 3 items each Sunday, to our shop. I'm doing a course on planning for being an author, so I'm going to try and do each section on Fridays, do finances on Mondays, projects on Sundays, and probably filming, and then see what else. So I kept a sticky note here talking about this whole section is projects and cosplay, courses, events, shops, finances, and any huge art projects I'm working on. So that's what's going to be in here. And then I just have ideal pages in here, so, and to-do list. And then for the author one, this one is going to have my publishing schedule, word count, career audit, and book info. I haven't really written this month so far, so we'll see. But and then this one has the children's book layout, book ideals. When I'm working on a book, I can just drop in ideals so they're all together. So that works out really well. And then I put my timetable here. I ripped it out of my hobonichi. So I broke down what for the YouTube channel each week is going to be a different theme. This is the things I want to get done in my day job. YouTube schedule, art schedule, books, social posting, and then admin. And so this is the Scurrier's Lens. This is my YouTube. So this is me planning out my YouTube. And so I need to figure out what I'm posting here and here. And then Instagram, Facebook, if I'm going to do TikTok, not sure. But that will all be in this one. And then I have some career audit stuff that so I can break down what I want to put in there. And then post planners so I can break down what I want to do. And then for the Inner Grove, this will be my learning, so Ojibwe, instrument, read, house, workout, and then home improvements. So when we're working on the house, when we're doing what kind of workouts we're going to do. So now that I'm done, not quite done healing, so I have to wait on that, but I've been reading. I just finished the second book of Fourth Wing, so I gotta write down that I was reading that this month. Working on playing the violin and then learning the language, so that's what this is. And then I put music, movies, TV shows, all that stuff in this section. So I have like my little vision board for the house improvement stuff. These are some workout regiments, and then these are the books I'm reading. So I want to do actually covers and then just do the 5 stars or whatever. I'm just going to... anything that gets 5 stars is something I'll read again. If it's got 4 stars, I won't. And then I'm going to probably do a little graveyard for the DNFs. So that's what these pages will be here. And then the next section is spirituality. So my inner tower, inner space. So I'm going to do some crystals and cleansing and that type of thing in this section. Teas that I make, so having some recipes, things like that in here. And then my day job, I covered up Saturday and Sunday because it is a Monday through Friday 9 to 5 job. So this is just what kind of meetings, or this is a blog post and different things that I have to get done here. And then I use these dailies to do, like for my staff meetings, I have to do updates and then action lists. So I have that. And then my last section is my D&D section. And that I haven't done anything in yet, but that will be with character building and then world building. And I'm going to have a small little planner, because the problem I had before with this and why I walked away from it before is that I didn't have the whole year at one shot. And so now what I'm going to do is have a small little calendar that can go with me to the doctors or whatever we're doing, and also this. So there'll be maybe a little redundancy in this calendar here, but then that will be pretty much it, because I think with the weeklies I'm going to do something different in the weeklies of the new calendar. But it's not here yet, but I still wanted to show you guys what I'm going to do. So the next video I'll probably show you how I'm using those two planners together. And then I didn't realize, but I actually use a lot more planners than I thought I did, because I have a dream journal that stays next to the bed, and I might start a journal that's not shared on here, so that way I can have really fully unfiltered thoughts about everything going on. But that is the change. So I went from the hobonichi back to this. I'm using all of my old calendars that I have, and once I use them up, then I'll figure out where I'm going to go from there. But I feel like this is a good option, because trying to buy this now while you're in the US is pretty expensive. It was already an expensive book, and now with tariffs and whatever else, it's not feasible to keep getting this. So I'm gonna get rid of that, use this and a smaller planner to go in my bag to go with me everywhere. But hopefully that gave you some ideas. And if you guys kind of understand that dilemma between hobonichi and trying to figure out your planner, leave a comment. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, Muppy.